Right?
All right, 3, 2, 1.
But when it comes to loving you, I'm your Swedish black Jew. All right, so welcome to LASC's open mic night. Tonight is Funky Friday, and Funky Friday is always different. If you feel like singing a song or doing a poem or something, that's one thing. But we do love comedy here, and we certainly want to thank our comedy concierge, the one and only Samantha Linderman, and our scholar in training, the one and only Jack Hay. And when you guys need your footage, you know who to call. Yes, I am going to say Jason Ham. Jason Ham, I am. And so you got this cool thing going on, like the TMZ guy, when he goes like, right? Like, when TMZ was outside my house, I was so freaking out. I had no makeup on. And they weren't there for me. And that was so depressing. And the second time it happened was, who was Lindsay Lohan's girlfriend? Sandra Ronham? What was her name? Anybody, the DJ?
Of what?
Lindsay Lohan.
Lindsay Lohan.
The kind of butchy.
Samantha
Linderman.
Her name was Sam. Do you remember Sam Ronran? Are you cold, Jason?
No.
I just want to cuddle up with him all of a sudden. I thought he was giving me a coat when I walked in. I thought people would treat me nice. I thought I was going to be back in New York, but that's not going to happen. We do have crazy people in New York. I encourage all of you to always try to see what's going on in New York. If you are watching for the first time, and if people tell you you're funny, you probably are, but you won't know until you take it from the page to the stage. It sounds redundant, but it is the only way to do that. If you're interested in doing a podcast here, self-taping, and of course, if you need any sort of editing done, I am not the one. So I'm just saying we have everything here you could possibly want. And so it's great. And I'd like to start off the night with someone who's definitely one of our new femme fatales coming to the stage. And how this works is when you see the red light, that means you have 2 minutes after that. Okay? So everybody knows their time here. And that's the red light. There you go. And it's just a fun thing to do, is just to get started. I just want to share one thing before we start, that I had an interesting car ride yesterday. And everybody's telling me I'm crazy. I was in an Uber that was driving like it was a highway, like both sides. It was driving next to another car like this. Except it was the wrong way. Completely wrong. Am I wrong?
No.
Completely. Patty.
Yes.
Going the wrong way. And he says to me, it's okay. It's not okay. Because you gotta see Samantha like this, look. Which is always scary when people see you. And yeah, it was the 4th of July, which happens to be my parents' anniversary.
Aww.
I know, may they rest in peace. And the day my father died, so she kicked his ass in hell, so that's pretty good. I say heaven, hell, whatever. I'm not having any father issues. You know why? Because when you have one too many, you really can have one too many baby daddies in your life. I mean, when you're the baby. Because remember, now I got something called I have to call it a bio dad. I have to call my dad a bio dad. Okay, do you hear this one? Bio dad. I have a bio dad. And then I have my stepfather, who is not my bio dad, so I guess he's, you know, whatever it is, I'm tired of people telling me I'm Puerto Rican. At the end of the day, I'm not, you know, the Swedish part looks Swedish in my family. Black people, black. So black charcoal can make a white mark black, that kind of black. And then I come out Puerto Rican, and I could not believe it. This time in Newark, I did not speak any English this time. I mean, completely no English. Por favor, ayúdame, por favor, ayúdame. You didn't care about that. And for the first time ever, I was able to. Let me just stop talking about that. I'll tell you what's upsetting me is that I have a tag in my purse so I don't lose anything, right? I lost the tag. And all I have, Patty, is notifications. It's in Hudson County today. It's in Bayonne. Can they find me with that? And will I be searched? I mean, like, can they? I don't know, I'm a little crazy. For those of you who don't know, we like to congratulate people along the way. And again, I wanted to say congratulations once more to the guy who got the golden ticket, and his name is Jack Shaw. Yeah, on Kill Tony. Does anybody have an update on Kill Tony? Yes? How'd it go?
He's not dead yet.
Chad, I can't make this up. Chad sounds like a movie star already. You know what I mean? It's like, Chad. I make a middle name Blaze. How does that go? I don't know. My mother used to always tell me when she was drunk, I should have named you Sabrina. Like that was going to make a difference in her alcoholism. It's terrible when black mothers get drunk too. It's terrible. But your little white friends are there and you're playing and everything. Always says, hey, baby girl. Just, Linda. Linda. How about when they do that thing where they don't recognize you? Linda. I know you gotta go home now. Come on in, give a round of applause. It's the one and only Anya. How did I know? Now, how did I know? You walked by me in painted on jeans. Oh, do you have? Oh, those are jelly beans.
No.
Where?
It's my water bottle. You do that every time.
You do that every time.
And you wonder why I'm going around with implants. No, not those kind. Which is insulting when they ask you that during a mammogram because they're in the wrong business. Or I should get my money back. All right, you're all signed in. Anya, I missed you. Did you miss me? Not at all. The only one that cares about me is Patty. Called 3 o'clock in the morning. I don't think I'm gonna get the plane. And I didn't think I was gonna get this plane, by the way. I waited on the plane for 2 hours on the plane. And then I was going through this maze of people. And I went back to the same guy twice. And he was like, no, you gotta go downstairs and make a left. And I said, you told me that before. He's like, yeah, but like go down another level. And then clear, you gotta look in your, and I hate eyes, and I have to look at my own eyes. I'm gonna vomit, and I'll throw up. Ask, she'll know, I'll throw up. I'm just stalling for Anya to sit down. He's gotta stop gaining weight. When he sits sideways, they mark him absent. Hello there. That's an original. I wanna tell you about Persian mothers at the pool. Can we talk about that, or is that racist? So today, and they're watching, you know, I love you guys. I love you, Naz, and Nazajun, and Nazajin. How do you come in full makeup and jeans to the pool? He knows. I ain't lying. And she says to me, he loves you. Look at the way he wants to play with you. No, you try to make me babysit because I'm colored. Okay, you try to make me the nanny. And I'm the mammy. So I have little Jaden with me. And he's kicking around, and I just finally said, tell your mom to jump in. She didn't crack a smile at all. She goes, no, I don't live here anymore. So what you doing at our pool? You know, always crashing. Every time you turn around, Anya, I need some help. I need to find out what tribe I belong to. And I don't know which DNA thing I should go. No, seriously, you think I don't belong to one? See, if he ever saw my other side of the family, he would be light-skinned. No, light-skinned. I know, it's so crazy, they can't believe that. And they thought my mother was a nurse, which was terrible. Godfrey, of all people, I love Godfrey. And she goes, that goddamn black African. I said, Mom, he is African. Don't say that, because you know, black people are very racist to Africans. I don't know why. It's because Africans are better than us. They think so. Anyway, look at this. The king walks in and just stand and look. I know what tribe I'm from, the Coonquist tribe. No kidding.
Hey ho, hey ho, ho.
So hey ho, we're gonna go. Let's rock and roll on this show. I'm gonna bring up your first performer, and she is making her debut here at LASC. I'm very excited to have another femme fatale in the house. Let's give it up for the comedy of the one and only Beth. Let her hear you.
Hello, how are you? Happy whatever July you want it to be. You can't even say like, okay, happy July the 2nd +2. You fuckers here love to blow shit up. Like total Los Angeles. What 8 hours of blowing up fireworks like a bunch of Midwestern rednecks? Where do you get the money? Your freaking rent. You're blowing up your rent. Ask her. Like, I'm in a freaking hotel for a month and a half with my friend who looks like Kaboom, Kaboom. Kaboom, Kaboom! Man, I'm going to the federal building to try to do some duct cleaning. I'm like going like, all right, hold on, man, you can't take a piss. Like, an old lady couldn't pee. Like, we're free in our own country. No, we're not. Happy 4th of July. How do you say it in like Canadian? Happy like Canada Day? It was on July 2nd, which is like apparently there's some kind of conspiracy. Apparently that's really our effing whatever that dude up there. He's probably gonna have a baby with our governor. That's coming. Bill Gates is gonna impregnate all you bitches. Oh. You're not gonna have babies. You're gonna have his babies. CRISPR babies. The crispy. Your little aborted babies, your little fucking retards. Abortion's not murder. Just eat the baby's head. The Capri Sun. Suck it, John. You know you love babies. You love the babies. You men look like you're pregnant. I don't know what's in the food. Like total dad bods. You're skinny because you're a Caribbean queen. He looks good. Look at his shoes.
I know.
Like those are spiff. Chef kiss. Your mama did good. She did good with you. She really did. Samantha, you know, I would show you a tip for $5 because she's like, $5, $5. I don't have any, but I'll show you. The mammogram.
I forgot to tell her.
I forgot to ask the mammogram to get my tit back from the virtual.
Yeah, really.
Take a picture of that. And it's my favorite thing, standing naked in public with like gym equipment. They're like, okay, hold still, hold still. Oops. Yeah, I don't have tits. Like, what are you looking for? And when are you coming back for your next mammogram? Worst date ever. Don't touch my tits. And I never got breast implants, so you should be proud of this white bitch, right?
Yeah.
So Leo, that's why he likes me. Quebec French lady. Like I have to just turn around, you know. That's a Family Guy episode. You little bitches missed. You know, they put the flat ones in their ass up in there, giggity, giggity, giggity. So anyway, I'm 53. I know you think I'm hot. My tits. I'm 53 years old. I can kick, I can band, and I can kneel. Because I'm 50. Well, not like that. I'm a little lazy. Arthritis. You know, all of a sudden, I can't do that with the neck. Seriously. And thank you. I look good. Children's blood. I told you. Capri Sun. What are you gonna do with those dead babies? This Republican Christian will suck one dry. That's right. Seriously, I'm not Republican. Relax. There aren't any more Republicans. Calm down. Jeez. Look at the crowd. It's on boom, flame, dumpster fire. But I do miss my dog. I have one son. I forget, but she was like, talk about your family. I'm like, I don't like my family. I don't want to talk about my family. I love my kid, but I don't like my life. I'm like, I was taking a nap for time. Like, this is how I got prepared. I just napped before I got on. I was like, what is it like about my family that I want to talk about? Like, not much, but you know, let me just be here for a month and a half and simmer in a hotel, and we'll think about what it is I want to do with the family. But I'm very proud of him. He's grown up, so he survived me, which is a lot. I got knocked up, married, arrested, and divorced. That's right, sir, arrested and divorced in that order, and that's how I got out of that marriage. Like, move. And that's how I did that shit. And then he wants to marry me. I'm like, or date me? You know, no. I'm what says stable about it? What says domestic and stable? Look at us. We're like one flew over the freaking cuckoo's nest in here. We're awesome, but it's like, you know, relax. So kind of a horsey thing. But yeah, so my son's all grown up. He's 22. He's like, he totally would game with you all night long. Game all night long. And girls want to date you guys. You like live in our basement and game. Like, he doesn't even know when to wake up because there's nothing to wake up for. The world sucks. So like, I get it. I get it. He calls me a fucktard. I think it's hilarious. Like, fine, call me a fucktard. It's funny. You know, but he's all grown up. And I'm really proud of him because he got his first STD. Right, thank you. Because he cleaned it up all himself. Like, I didn't even know. Like, months later, we're at the table, and it was like, you know, everybody, you know, a round of applause at the table. Let's clap for him because that's what he got. We lived in World Canyon. I swear to goodness, he found a dildo. People would throw shit down our like hill, and it's like that's when you know you live in LA, when like you find things like a dildo in the backyard, your husband's boyfriend, you know, just shit is like shit that you don't know. I'm like, what the hell? And they're running around with it. We're like, drop it. We're playing the dog. I was like, drop it. Now I just be like, you know, yep, it's a dildo. But back then I was like, you know. And then he would find things like a dead rat. And then like a rusty like fishing hook and just stick it in you're asking me talking about my family, like that's all I got. Stick fucking weird shit, like rando weird shit for a white lady, and then hook a little fishing, and then run after the girls with bubonic plague and they're they're running that way, So now they're getting them back and giving them STDs. So that would be the only, joke I have for you. Now, is the light going on? Can we get out of here soon?
Yes.
Now, where's my Pac-Man disco, popping and locking in the 1980s? So, but yeah, what do we want to end on? Let's see. What do we talk? Oh, so girl dog, my dog daughter. I got him a little, I only had one child, one and done. Not like everyone else having 3 and 4 people. One marriage, one child, one dog. So thank you. Thank you. Take a bow. You don't need to do any more than that with this fucktard. And she passed away, and it's so sad, But I know she's up in heaven. Just sometimes, it's been like 2 years. I can't get over my dog dying. Does anyone else have that? I thought I would. Isn't it a sucky thing? That's your best friend. Like, she saw my sucky life go through 10 to 15 years, survive 15 years. She was a pit bull. What'd you guys think I owned? A golden doodle? Screw you. Screw you. Totally judgy. And so I just imagine her up in heaven looking down at me. She's like, Mommy, how you doing down there? I'm good. It's a shit show down there, Mommy. You okay? Kind of like a Muppet, But she's just the greatest. She's like, I moved on to greener pastures. I know, honey. I know you did, girl dog. Amy Winehouse is my new owner. Because I'm really a soul pump. I'm really cool. You try to make me go to the vet, and I won't go. Yeah, you gave me a shot. Yeah, I won't die. No. Anyway, that's all I got for you. But I love my dog. I'll get out of here. You guys have fun. You can find me. Thanks so much. My name's Beth Robertson, and you can find me at the LA School of Comedy right here off the grid, because I'm absolutely not on the grid, but I'm working.
You will be.
Sam, you will be. Tit later.
When you take a bow with a joke, you'll take a bow wow. Bow wow. See what I mean? It's funnier.
Bow wow.
A bow wow.
Yeah.
Right?
Thank you.
That's funny though.
Yeah.
Right? It's a bow wow. Bow wow, 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 wow. And you know what's going on right now? Some fun action's going on. And we're never going to get tired of the comedy. The one and only Aaron McIntyre. Let's hear for Aaron. Where is he? Right.
Hello. How's everybody doing? Good? Everybody good?
Yeah.
Good? Cool. You okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Everybody's okay? I'm sure everybody's okay. I don't want to come up here and put a lot of pressure on you and go, come on everybody, how's everybody doing tonight? Huh? You having fun? Yeah. This guy over here is going, fuck you. I have a shitty day. My friends brought me here because I was depressed, and now I gotta get up here. Fuck. So, yeah, I just want to make sure. I love the debacle. The debacle last week, the debate debacle. That was fucking fun. I mean, I swear to God, 2 steps out, I knew we were in trouble. 2 steps out, as soon as he came out, went, started waving to the audience. It wasn't there. There was no fucking people there. They were at home. We were all sitting at home going, hi, is he looking at me? All he really needed to do was he just needed to get up there. First thing, as soon as fucking Mr. Orange Man said anything, all he had to do was just go, okay. Folks, here's the deal. Everything he just said, if you're thinking about voting for either one of us, you gotta fact check that motherfucker! Fact check him! Because these people are sitting there watching and they're just sitting there going, oh yeah, he's got the best economy. Yeah. No, they don't all talk like that. Is any Republicans in the audience tonight?
No.
Anybody a Republican that doesn't want to admit it? Anybody in there? I don't think so. But yeah, I mean, they all want, one of the big things is the right to life, right? I mean, reproductive rights, I think, is very, very important, and it's something that's a huge deal. I mean, the border, how many people in here have been accosted or robbed by an immigrant? Well, you've been robbed by everybody. Look at you. You're fucking a mess. People coming up to you, robbing you right and left, doing crack and, doing things in their neck and, hold my mirror for me. Jeez. But yeah, the borders, I don't know. It's like, oh, everybody's The whole country is afraid. I'm not afraid, and I'm part of the country. Are you afraid? You're not afraid.
Terrified.
You're terrified, aren't you?
Yeah.
It's like of the
Yes.
border.
No.
Of the border.
Oh, the
All
border?
those-
Oh, I
all
meant
those-
in general.
all those- oh, just terrified in general. Yeah. I'm terrified of this floor and the fucking carpet. I can trip.
I'm so scared.
You're terrified, okay. Yeah, I'm old enough that I don't give a shit. Yeah, I swear to God, take me today. Come on, guys, take me fucking right now. I've had a pretty good run. I'm good. But yeah, the whole right to life thing, you know, and it got me thinking about the whole, you know, I mean, think about it. They are saying that basically, if you are, as long as you've made a mistake, like if you're an adult and you make a mistake, you know, and a mistake could be, you know, I'm robbing a store and I shoot somebody, or it could be, you know, I made a mistake and I had got my parents and my parents made me into a serial killer and so I killed somebody. And now we can kill them. So we can kill the people as long as they make a mistake, right? But, you know, my thought is that what if the baby was a mistake? If the baby was a mistake, then, you know, it's fair game. But the other thing is, we got to think about this. Because a baby, all you women, you're like factories. You're like little baby factories, you know, just pumping out those babies, you know. And if we keep doing that, man, we're gonna have fucking babies lying in the streets. You know, we were talking about babies before. There's gonna be piles of babies we're gonna be walking through. So we got to do something about it. But anyway, they're growing inside the body, right? And so they're really kind of more like an organ that you created. You know, you just decided, oh, we need a little organ, so we're going to make this little baby. And until it actually breathes that first breath, it is not a baby. It is a fetus until that time. So I think up until the first breath, fair game, you know? And I know a lot of people have a problem with that. I understand. But I don't think that if somebody's going to be at 7 months and go, yeah, you know, I don't think I'm going to go for the last 2 months. You know, it's a little too much for my back, you know. And my ankles are kind of swollen. And I think I'm just going to, let's just get rid of it. I don't think that's going to happen. And the other thing is that, you know, if we talk to the Republicans, we can just say, you know, the economics. Think about the economics here. Okay, so you're having babies, right? So now we're gonna have to find a way to either pay for the babies, or we could kill them, or we could kill the parents and the kids, you know, and just get them out of the way that way. But the economics is we're gonna have to pay for this somehow, right? And the other thing that they're really big on is these babies are gonna fucking grow up, and you know what they're gonna do? They're gonna fucking take your job. That's right. You think the immigrants are a big problem? Man, when all those babies grow up and we start having hordes of fucking unemployed, what would they be, Gen XYZs or something? I don't know what the fuck the next generation's gonna be, but they're gonna be taking your jobs. But it's growing inside a body, right? And it's like another organ. It's kind of like a liver, you know, a little extra liver in the uterus. And it's growing, and as it's growing, it's attached to the mother. So until it becomes detached from the mother, it is the mother, you know, basically. It's basically a reproduction of the mother. Huh? Huh? Listen to that concept. But it is sucking the life out of that mother, right? It is getting nutrients, it's getting oxygen, it's getting all the stuff it needs to help its healthy little brain grow and its heart to pump and all of that shit, right? And so it's sucking life out of it. And sometimes that baby will actually kill the mother, right?
Yeah.
The mother will die from giving childbirth. And sometimes the mother dies and the baby dies at the same time. So that's murder-suicide, if you ask me. So, you know, if the mother dies, then that's murder, right? So we gotta hold those fucking babies accountable, right? Fucking lock those fuckers up. And I love babies. I just want you to know I love babies. Any babies out there watching, I mean no disrespect. I have all the respect in the world for you. But I don't have respect for fucking people who drive along in the passing lane and they come up and they pull next to the car next to them and then they start driving the same fucking speed. Fucking pisses me off. Or people who are driving up the freeway and they're driving in the passing lane but there's nobody next to them and there's like this big... So I figured out a way to do it. What I did... Well, first I would just drive up next to him and I'd go, "You belong over here!" And all that got me was a lot of, you know, tailgating and fuck you, motherfucker, and a horn honking and shit like that. So I figured out a new way to do it. I basically just pull in front of them into the passing lane, and then I just slow down and slow down and slow down. And pretty soon they'll pull over to the right, and then I'll take off, right? But you got to make sure that there's a clean line out of there, because otherwise they'll just pull up behind you and tailgate you and motherfucker, and you know, honk their horns. So.
Yeah.
So, you know, no disrespect to anyone out there who drives along in the passing lane. Got it, thank you. Anybody who drives out there in the passing lane, no disrespect. I am trying to be the respectful person that I am, okay? No disrespect, but fuck you. Fuck you. I mean, they should change the signs. The signs should say what some signs say, which is keep right except to pass. Not slower traffic, stay right, because everybody thinks they're going fast, right? If they're going over the speed limit, they, oh yeah, I'm fast. And use your fucking blinker, please. Please use your blinker. I mean, it's really simple. You're driving along, it's literally right there. You know, it's just like, train yourself to just reach up and just hit the little thing there, because, you know, anybody cutting in front of me. And, you know, BMW drivers are the worst. Anybody have a BMW? Anybody? Fucking thank God, because those BMW drivers, man. I came up one time, there was a guy sitting at a stop sign in a BMW. And I pulled up, it was a four-way stop, so I stopped, because he was stopped first. I stop, and I look over, and he's on the phone. And I go, honk, honk, you know, go, you got the right of way. I don't want to pull out there and then have him decide, oh, I think I'll go too. So I said, you know, come out, and he goes, I'm on the phone. So I took down his license plate number and I sent it in and turned him in for talking on the phone. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's me, Aaron McIntyre, A-E-R-O-N-M-A-C. It's a little more exotic, A-E-R-O-N-M-A-C-I-N-T-Y-R-E. You can find me there on all fucking platforms.
There you go. With the love he said it. With the love he said it. Boy, a lot of babies thinking about what you just said. A lot of babies. He's gonna dream about babies tonight. Watch. He's gonna wake up. He has a baby stew. He's have a lot of babies going on. It's gonna be fun with the comedy of Albert Linton. Let's do it.
Oh.
Do not pull my cord. No yoga. Everything right.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
I didn't know I was going to get up so early. I was hoping.
The show's almost over.
Wait, how you guys doing? I don't get the show.
All right, all right.
But, do I look good? Yes, I do.
Hey.
Yeah.
You guys like my suit?
Yeah.
Cool. I only came out to stand up and let y'all look at me. I don't. I just wanted to come out and say, hey, look.
Nice hair.
Pretty much it. Yes, I love it.
Love it. Love it, Albert.
And the mic is way over here.
Yeah, because you'll keep pulling and breaking and wiping
stuff
and,
like that.
and yogaing, and then you complain.
All that. Oh, so I turned 39 today. For the second time. Really? You forgot the punchline for the second time. That was the punchline. 39. My birthday is in October, so I'm a Libra child, which means, you know, that everything has to be balanced, which means that everything is out of balance. My life is great. Fucking awesome.
I got my stand.
Yeah, sorry. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Well, it's like I have to look down to make sure, but I guess you hear me even if I'm looking forward. All right. I had a hard time getting over here, actually. My car broke down on the way. I had to take an Uber, but I'm sure by now the cops have found it. The driver gave me a hard time, so I hit him in the head and put him in the trunk. And then I got scared. I was thinking, man, what if he can't breathe in there? So I shot some holes in the lid to help him out. Because I care. My brother told me not to do that joke. I should have listened to it. But my brother gets carried away, you know. He's like, Albert, you can't do jokes like that, man. There are too many stereotypes about brothers and violence already. I knew what he was talking about. So I shot him too. Stuck him in the trunk. Good news, he won't be selling Amway anymore, and that made it worth it. Those people are too happy. Happy. Always want to show you how to make $1 million. Come on to this meeting. I'll show you how to make $1 million. No, I won't show you the door so you can get your happy ass out of my house.
Okay.
I love that. But don't you want to make $1 million? Don't you have any friends? Well, yeah, but I want to keep them, so. Go away, happy guy! All right. So, like I said, my name is Albert Linton. Actually, my real name is Albert Nathaniel Arthur Linton. I don't use it because the initials are A-N-A-L. It's annual for the slow folks. Some of you look like you're spelling it in your head. I say A-N-A-L. I'm from a little town in Florida called Jacksonville, Florida. Ever heard of it? Anyone? Yeah, it's just south of Georgia, just west of the Atlantic Ocean, stuck between Green Acres and Gilligan's Island. Love Jacksonville. I love Green Acres more than Gilligan's Island. Anyone else? Wasn't Jaja on Green Acres? Oh God, Jaja. Eva. Doesn't matter.
Right.
They were both so beautiful and hot. You'd watch anything they were in. If one of them came on the Johnny Carson show, you just had to stay up all night to see them because they were so beautiful and they had those gorgeous accents that we didn't get. So, good boys. Yeah. That was a long time ago. That was back in the 60s. Sunda knows about the 60s.
Yeah.
Right? Anyone else know about the 60s?
Yeah.
I read about the 60s. No, but I mean actual experience. I know you read about it, right? But, you know, you can read about anything.
Woodstock.
You can read about sex, doesn't mean you had any. Right?
Yeah.
So, but I was there for the 60s. I don't know, what did I say? Doesn't mean you had it.
Yeah.
You didn't read about it. But to know it is a different story. Man, it was such a good time. The only thing better than the 60s was the 70s. Because I wasn't in Vietnam. No, I went to college instead of going to the military. You had a choice back then. They would draft you. Your name came up, and it was printed in all the newspapers. There was a long list of people who had to go to the draft board, sign up, and be chosen to either go to Vietnam or stay here in this country. And a lot of people chose to leave this country and instead of signing up. But I signed up because they already have a record on me. Where am I going to go? I've been a criminal all my life. I was born a criminal. Thank you very much. So, you know, I signed up. And they said, well, you got a choice. You can go to the Army or you can go to college. And they didn't think I could go to college, so I went to college. I didn't enroll. I just sold hot dogs outside the school hall. I went to college. And that's what saved my ass from going to the military, to Vietnam. So, and I'm only thinking about that because I watched a movie yesterday called We Were Soldiers. Anyone see that?
Yeah.
We Were Soldiers and Young Too. And I read the book 20 or 30 years ago, back when I knew how to read. And then the movie. So it was really good. Mel Gibson is he got some bad press, but he's really a good actor. Leave the mic alone. Okay, what was I going to talk about? I had some stuff. Oh, weight loss. Yeah, let's talk about weight loss. So I lost weight. Okay, let's move on to the next topic. Actually, I lost about 60, 70 pounds. Ooh. Yeah, I lost a lot of weight. 2 or 3 times. Because, you know, I kept breaking the diet and the weight would go up and then it was like a yo-yo. And then finally I got the right drugs and it worked. It really was. It was drugs prescribed by my doctor and I lost all that weight. So now I look like, you know, well, I look like this. I look good.
Hey.
And you can see me on TV. I'm on a couple of shows. I'm on LASC. The show is called The LASC. I'm on season, thank you. It's on HBO, All Black Gym. And I'm also on another show. I can't think of the name of it. Oh, damn! I got two now. All right, so the other show I'm on is called The Black Hamptons, after the Hamptons in New York. So this is the Black Hamptons. They're even worse. So I'm on that show. And I have a short film out called Cabbage, which was shot over at USC, University of Southern California Cinematography School.
Nice.
Man, they do some good work over there. So, and you can find me online. I'm at Facebook, Albert Linton Comedy. I'm also on Instagram, Albert Linton Comedy, and you can find me near any dumpster shooting up heroin. Thank you. Please welcome back to the stage.
The only thing missing is your red tie, brother.
I know my
No,
life.
right? Looking good, feeling good. Hey, everybody take their Addy. Is everybody ready? Let's get going with Patty. Let's do
Yeah,
this.
Patty. Keep it going. Jordan, we need your help with this, Jordan. Give it up for Jordan. He's smiling. Look, he's with us. You guys could do better. Come on. All of this. Look at this. Can you feel the energy in this room? My God, it's off the fucking charts. He's looking at me like I owe money. No, look, I'll just say something. If I'm an immigrant, and I know that if the immigrants, when they came to this country, saw the Statue of Liberty and her arms were crossed, they would turn around and just go fucking back. Wherever they came from. Thank you. Give it up for Colin, who's, as usual, is right. Is everybody doing okay, baby? Is everybody doing good? Is everybody doing good? Are we all in? First of all, many people look at me and say, what is your thought on when life begins, Patty? In my book, it's a fetus till it graduates from medical school. Period. End of story. Give it up for Beth. That was great. And you reminded me. Because, you know, we are meant to love life. We're meant to. Have you ever been in? Like, I had a dog for 19 years. I got sober with the fucking dog. The dog was my life. She was an anorexic Pomeranian named Boo Boo. And when you were talking about 19 years with that dog, she passed away the year before last, you know? 19 years, she never once asked me for money. I can't say that about the other two bitches that live with me. I'm just telling you, we need to appreciate things in life. Okay. Blue Eye. Give it up for Blue Eye right there. He asked me, and I'm going to tell you. He asked me, so I'm going to tell you. You know what I'm going to do? What if I can tell you? Yes, my glasses are from the Jeffrey Dahmer collection. Thank you.
Beautiful.
Thank you. Have you ever thought of how maybe things would have been different if Dahmer was a vegan? Come on, think about it. Dahmer was a vegan, you know, because he was particular about what he ate.
Right.
Right? I mean, right? That's the whole thing. And two things Jeffrey Dahmer didn't eat. White folks and pussy. and the second one was just a personal preference. But the first one was by design. And I'm going to tell you, Jeffrey Dahmer, he proved that you can eat people in these United States. Just not white people. No, you eat 2, 3 white people, someone's going to come knocking around looking for him. You know, and the thing about Dahmer, if you ever look at Dahmer, first of all, he would have been Hitler's favorite serial killer. Yeah. You know, he's 6'4", blue-eyed, blonde hair. He was hot. Let's face it. He was a hot serial killer. Not best cheekbones, Richard Ramirez. I would go with. He would terrible teeth though. Horrible fucking teeth. But I digress. He was the only white guy living in an all-black neighborhood. He worked at a chocolate factory, by the way. I don't have a punchline. That's fucking true. I'm going to tell you something. I came to this country from another country and experienced something. You guys, right now, it's gentrification. But back then, it was the tail end of what was called white flight. You remember good old white flight? That's when the white folks would just move out when the black folks moved in. Right? And then gentrification is when the white folks move back. That just proves white folks should just fucking stay put. Whenever they go anywhere, whether it's imperialism or occupation, it doesn't turn out well. Oh, them and the Japanese. You got to include them. Japanese. But here's the deal. Back then, white flight. So white flight, everybody knew there were only two types of white people that lived in all black neighborhoods back in the early 90s. The really old white people that never moved away, and homosexual cannibals. That's just math. Everybody knows that. Remember, he fucked up. He went off his diet. First of all, do you know that he was autopsied 2 weeks after being beaten to death in jail, and it turned out he wouldn't have lived that much longer because he had very high blood pressure and diabetes from a diet high in African Americans. That is a fact. That is, you can see that on his certificate of death. It's just a fact. But here's the thing, he went off his diet and tried to eat a Cambodian. You know that? You saw the fucking movie, right? He said, fuck, this soul food's good, but I'm gonna get me a little Cambodian food, right? And he's got a 15-year-old boy in his apartment, right? And all the neighbors, you know, the sisters in the neighborhood, like, that motherfucker's strange. You don't get shit past sister. That's something wrong with him. It's 1:30 in the morning. The kid escaped. There's a naked Cambodian. What was he, Cambodian? I think he was. Jumping up and down, and he doesn't speak English. He's just going. The whole apartment building empty. 2 white cops show up. They're like, was there a problem here? And the one sister from the place like, so you better look at this motherfucker. Something wrong with him. Something wrong with him. The naked boy over there. Fucking, there's some shit's going on. And the 2 white cops walked rightly. They did this. Like they got out and they went, white guys, we do that. They basically said, what seems to be the problem here? He goes, oh, we just had a lover's quarrel. He said, oh, you can take him. He took the kid back into the apartment. Within an hour, he had eaten the entire fucking kid. That doesn't have a punchline. I guess that's kind of a sad ending. But what I'm saying is, if you're on a diet, stick to it. You know one reason I love women? You know they got all the pussy. It's true. It's true. Come on, man. I lost my virginity to a chia pet. It was a different time. It was a different time. There were different demands made on vaginal grooming. I didn't see a real live vagina, like up close and personal. It was a Wednesday in 1979. Oh, man, I want to tell you. It was magnificent. You know, because I am really, see, you guys are used to, you have fucking endless porn since you're fucking 10 years old in your pocket. You know, in 2011 there became more porn than time. Do you know that? You could watch porn consecutively and never look at the same fucking scene over again. Endless fucking porn. Me, I'm out in the fucking woods with some pile of dirty magazines, some perverts in a tree watching me. That's how we had to do it back in my fucking day. Oh, I'm gonna tell. Oh yeah, I want to dispel this rumor, which someone who shall remain nameless, Albert, started about me spending Shabbat dinner on Epstein's Island. First of all, I'm not even Jewish. But yes, I was there. I was functioning as a Shabbat goy, which translated literally means one of the good ones. I don't know how I feel about that. But my only function was to turn the sex toys on and off after you need a Shabbat. That's for my Jewish friends here. The rest of you can get in where you fit in. That's lovely. Hey, do we have any children or former children in the audience? A round of applause. How many people here have gradually lost the ability to raise their hand? No, I'm going to say this because if you're, you know, I have children. I've procreated. I have. Wow. You know, here's a little advice. If you call your parent by their first name, you are not the favorite. Favorite. My son, Mandrake, calls me by my first name, which I think is his way of getting back at me for naming him Mandrake. Mandrake lives an alternative lifestyle. Well, give it up for the LGBT community. Come on! We live in a time where you should be able to love who you want to love and be who you want to be. And if that's who he really is, I gotta love him, right?
Right.
Because I'd hate to think he just started sucking cock out of spite. Could be worse, you could be a vegan. I know you guys are looking at me thinking, you know, Patty, you probably got it made. You know, I wasn't always this old man that you see before you. I was a heartthrob at one point. Now I've actually had a fucking coronary. But I'm trying to tell you something. It wasn't always like this for me. You know, I was briefly a spirit animal to incels. But they weren't called incels then, they were called losers. It was a long time ago. I dropped out of high school when I was 15 to go to fucking cake decoration school.
Yeah.
Fucked up, you know. I got kicked out for 3 months for an inability to spell and a meth addiction. I was bad. I was fucked up. You know, Andy Dick drove me to rehab twice. You know you're fucked up if Andy Dick says, I'll drive. But, you know, now, look at me. I'm here. I'm full. I was once just like all of you. Lonely and horny. I was once proof that you could cry uncontrollably while fully erect. That was me. But I wanted to be a hero, so I wanted to become a fireman. You know, because firemen, give it up for firemen. They're real heroes. Am I wrong? If anybody's a fucking hero, it's a fireman. And, you know, they live in the house and they have that fraternity ship. And I always wanted to be in a frat, and I'm too stupid to go to fucking high school. Or I don't even have a high school diploma. I got what's called a GED. And if you don't know what that stands for, you probably have one too. But this is National Firefighters Week. So with your permission, I would like to tell you my Uncle Marty, who was a captain in the fire department's favorite fireman joke. Can I?
Yes. Sure.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. Just wave to Uncle Marty's up there in heaven. Now, his favorite firefighter joke. Yes, ready. 2 firemen are butt fucking in a smoke-filled room. And the captain walks in. He says, "What's going on in here?" One guy looks up, he said, "You know, I had smoke inhalation." Captain said, "Smoke inhalation?" He said, "Yeah, smoke inhalation." He said, "Why don't you just give him mouth to mouth?" He said, "I did. How do you think this got started?" I'm Patty, PADDYFORCONEDY. Let's give it up for your host. Are we switching hosts now, or Sam?
I'm soon. Okay.
So,
Yeah,
Sam,
Sam.
this is my own comedy goddaughter, so give it up for Sam Liverman. You guys have been mediocre, but she's great. Come on.
Big everybody! I can't hear you. No, I'm kidding. So I'm here to talk about the speed bump I want to put in. I'm sorry, I thought this was a community meeting. No. Was it giving that vibe for a second? No. Like for a second, like I just was feeling like this is like Parks and Rec. You know what I mean? Where they go up and they're like, "I fucking hate you. Give me a sandwich." I'm a comedian. Anybody? Can you clap if you're a comedian? Yeah, you are. So happy for you. Don't go to a family dinner though. Everyone's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "I can't talk about it. It's classified. Find it on YouTube. You can find my whole life on YouTube, honestly." But I like when people say comedy. Like, okay, so I'll tell people I do comedy, and I either get like, "Wow, you're so brave," which is like nobody ever wants to hear like you're brave. You know, like brave people, like you know, like you don't need to hear. It's not like if I went up to like a veteran and I was like, "You're brave," I was like, "Fuck you," you know what I mean? Like, no. They're say you're brave, or you poor thing, you can't say anything anymore. I'm like, what more needs to be said? You know, maybe let's name like open mics, like what more needs to be said? You know what I mean? Like I'm like, I don't know, seriously, people come up to me, they're like, you can't say anything. I'm like, why don't you say it to me right now? And then they can't, you know what I mean? I'm so fun at family dinner, I really am. Anybody had dinner with their family for the 4th? No, mine just says that my mom decorates the whole house. She's like, I don't, should I wear this? And 4th of July, should I wear this one? She was like, this one might be too much, and it's just a peace sign with like fake bling. You know what I mean? She's like, is this too much? And everyone's like, where did you get it from? My dad. I get whatever you're like, where did that come from? It's like my dad. And it's like he's the answer to all questions. I don't have my driver's license. I'm addicted to Uber. You were talking about loving gamers. I'm in love with somebody who loves video games, and I think that that's a good thing to happen to you. Girls, I think that there's a lot worse thing. I mean, when men really love something, like I'm not talking about a person, you know what I mean? Like that's like rare, but I'm lucky, but I'm just saying, like when they love a thing, it's like they talk about it a lot, you know what I mean? Like you have to pick the person, but you have to also pick the thing that they're interested in. Like, I don't know. Just, do you ever have a guy try to explain to you, like, a video based on, like, something, you know what I can't explain it. It's like, a guy's gonna be a guy, you know, but it's like, which guy's for you? Talk to me. Come talk to me. Jewish people love to marry other people. It doesn't matter if you're Jewish or whatever. Like, they just like to be like, I know somebody for you. Because they like to be included. It's like you just like to be involved. Anybody have a cousin they just want away? Is there a spray for that? Does anybody have any? First cousin, be gone. Be gone. Leave. Oh my god. It sucks. It just sucks. I wrote stuff down while you guys were talking. Pretend that you're in a community meeting. They're gonna laugh so hard, Sam, and you're gonna go home saying you're gonna have the best day and everything's gonna be okay. No, I'm kidding. I can't read it. Oh, roads. Okay. If men were pregnant, if men got pregnant, they'd be disgusting about it. They'd be walking around, they'd be going, 8 months ago, man, I was in the hot tub and she got crazy, you know, here I am. I think I'm gonna name it Bethany. You know what I mean? Like, I just think that, like, because, like, you know, you don't talk to a pregnant woman like, how'd it happen? You know what I mean? You're not like, oh, it's like, how far along? Not like, where were you? You know what I mean? Like, what would it be? You know what I mean? Like, no, what? Like, usually someone's pregnant, they're not like, well, it was our anniversary, and I told him he could. You know, like, nobody. It's not like, that's atypical to me, but I feel like if it was reversed, it would be different. Do you remember when every movie was about, like, the mom died from childbirth, so the dad hates the baby? Do you remember those 5 years where it was like, that was every single movie? It was like, I loved your mother and she's gone and I hate you. And I'm like, if she was there, she'd be pissed at you, dude. Like, don't do this. Don't bring her up right now. Just when somebody brings up a dead person you don't know, it's like, what are you supposed to do? I never met them. Imagine inviting a cannibal to dinner. Like, what would you do? Would you treat it like a vegan? Like, would you really? Would you be like, I'm gonna make a separate meal, like everybody's thing, you know what I mean? Like, hi, so I don't want to make you uncomfortable, but I put your stuff to the side. Just because it's not everybody's taste. There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just not everybody. You know what I mean? Like, I put the dressing on the side. I wasn't sure how you liked your toe. Anybody close with their podiatrist? Anybody know what a podiatrist is? I do. Yeah, when you have, like, you know, more than 3 ingrown toenails, they give you actually a punch card. I go there, they're like, how's the comedy going? And I'm like, just stop. But then it's like, I'm the one telling them, so it's like, I can't really complain. I'm like, how'd you know I do comedy? They're like, it's the first thing you said. It's the only thing we know about you. You didn't say a single symptom. You said, I'm a comedian. You want to do a podcast? Yeah, I used to work retail. I didn't always do this, you guys. They're not really calling me. You know what I mean? Like, I thought that Bath and Body Works would be emailing me. I thought I'd be. That's where I used to work. Yeah. No big deal. Pretty elite group of people. I remember when I got my job at my first Bath and Body. Yeah, first I worked in multiple locations. Whatever. No big deal. Across the state. I'm talking about California. And basically they said they said, and I quote, nobody's ever been this excited to receive the job. I'm like, why would you say that to me my first day? She was like, you got the job. I was like, yes! I was like freaking out. And she was like, is there something wrong? Like, is there something we should know? Like, why are you so excited to work at Bath and Body Works? You don't use the products. Well, I went through a really bad depression, you guys, multiple times. But that sounded like I changed the whole tone to, like, I'm gonna talk about that was kind of, because you guys, I forget sometimes you can't see where I'm gonna go in my head, so it's just like, I take you on a trip with me, and I'm so grateful for you guys. I'm so glad that you're here. Give it up for yourselves. You're not gonna give it up for yourselves. Don't give it up for anybody else. What was I saying? Oh, depression. No, I mean, you know it's bad when your Bath and Body Works boss pulls you aside and says, you smell bad. How? How? Am I the cure? You know what I mean? Is there something in my body that can break somehow all of the smell barrier of the whole mall? That's awful. That's awful, right? Wouldn't you say that's awful? Yeah, like that was a bad thing that happened to me. But it was funny. I mean, she was like, you know, I'm talking to you just because it's me and you. There's somebody else in the back. I was like, me and you is not me and you and another person. Like, I get it. She's a manager, but she's still a person. And I was like, what? I'm not supposed to wear the same shirt 4 days in a row? Why? Why not? If it's inside out today and yesterday it was outside out, what's wrong with that? I sprayed myself, ma'am. I sprayed myself with Tiki Beach and mahogany teak wood and what else? Men at Bath and Body Works were really terrifying. They'd be like, I'm here for my girlfriend. I'm here for my girlfriend. Where is she? That always concerned me. I remember this guy was shopping with this girl and she was over here and he kept talking to me and asking me which candles I liked, all this stuff. And I say to him, I just look at him, I go, who is she? Which one? You know, I'm like, who is this? He goes, my side chick. And I was like, don't go candle shopping with your side chick, you know what I mean? Like, she's gonna think like, oh, like, the house smells like you. Like, no, like, no. So sad. But I mean, I work at the mall. What am I gonna do? Like, reveal people's secrets? I can't. It was the highest respecting job that there ever is. Thank you so much. I loved when guys would buy something from Bath and Body Works and then be like, do you have another bag I could put this in? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? What do you mean, sir? One time one guy just came in flat out and said it. He goes, I'm not gay. And I was like, no. Like, nobody asked you. Like, nobody wants you. You know what I mean? Like, the only time when you're really like, it's like, no, you're not breaking anybody's heart. That's what I'm saying. By announcing that you're not gay. To all the employees at the Bath and Body Works, nobody will be ruder to you than your fellow Bath and Body Works employee. Like, they'll be talking about you and they'll say like, I thought she was poor. Why does she have 4 lotions? Because the sale is that good. We're so good at selling that we sell that shit to ourselves. Anyways, I love you guys. Who's ready for our next performer? I love this guy. Please keep it going. For Chad Schoenberg!
Always such a surprise when you get called up here. I have to get prepared for it. The good news is if I really want to make you people laugh, I just need to say, look at my shoes. Look at these shoes. It's pretty weird. They're comfortable. But where they're not comfortable, this isn't much of an issue in Los Angeles, California, but they're not comfortable in the snow. And I know that because I hate the weather here. I hate the heat. I hate the sunlight. I'm like a vampire, you know? I love garlic, though. It's a bit anachronistic. But I went to Anchorage, Alaska for college.
Oh.
And I mean, talk about comedy. That's the funniest place in the world. It's Anchorage, Alaska. You know, most places like Los Angeles, you walk around at night, you know, you're alone, maybe you're young, you know, you know, you're like, who's around every corner, right? Sometimes in LA, I do this thing where if I'm walking around and there's a bunch of people, one of them like looks like looking at me a little weird, and I'm like, is this person gonna follow me? I'll do this thing where I'm walking around and I go, oh man, look at that up there, and I'm like looking behind my back, but I don't want them to know I'm looking behind my back, so I'll just walk around staring. In Anchorage, Alaska, you're not looking out for people. You're looking out for moose. Like, and that's fun. It sounds funny. I know you've seen moose. Meese on TV. You see them at the zoo. I don't think they're at the zoo. It's too hot here. But they're scary. They're huge. They're bigger than like a horse. Like, they're enormous. And the best part is they're silent. They don't make any noise. I've never met a quieter animal. My dog at home, he barks, it gives me ear damage, permanent ear damage. These meese, they make not a sound. So you're walking around and there's snow everywhere, and that makes it even quieter. And you see there's just the slightest bit of movement to your right, and you look, and there's an animal there that's like 10 feet tall. It's probably angry, and what they do is they do this thing where they slowly walk like towards you, like they don't care about you, you know? They're not concerned about you unless you get too close or they got their babies around. But the way they follow you, it freaks you out. You go down a pathway, right? Like you go down to the beach or something. The beach isn't. Don't get me started on the beach. The beach is here. It's all sand. I mean, the worst you got to worry about is like the pollution at the Santa Monica Pier. Like there's always those guys there that are fishing, and they bring up these fish that look like they've been experimenting on it. These fish are scary. Some of those guys are there, they're catching their lunch, they're catching their dinner, and I'm really concerned for them because those fish are messed up. Santa Monica Pier, great Ferris wheel though. But at the beaches in Alaska, Anchorage, Alaska, especially like in springtime, they got all these big, just you walk across these huge chunks of ice. You don't know, am I going to fall in? Is this the end? But you get yourself to the beach, and it's mud. It's all mud. It's like glacial silt and mud. I don't remember the science behind it. But you step on this mud, And I mean, this happens a lot as people go down to the beach because it's a very alien landscape. It's very unique. It doesn't look like anything else you've ever seen. There's all these beautiful reflections in the mud, and the water is very calm as these chunks of ice are floating down and everything. But you get stuck in the mud, and it can be like quicksand. And then the tide rolls in, and people get hurt. People drown. It's terrifying. So everything in Alaska is that's why I loved it. You know, Los Angeles, you're worried about like people and rent and landlords and rent, but maybe like grocery prices, they're abysmal. Don't get me started on the grocery price. In Anchorage, Alaska, you're fighting against the world. You're going back to your roots. You're fighting against nature. You know. You're worried, can I go outside right now or will I freeze to death? Well, you need to put armor on. You can't just walk outside in a t-shirt. You need to gauge, is it like 10 degrees? Is it -5? How much do I have to put on? And you get out there and you realize it says like 5 degrees on me. You look like I've got like 3 layers on. You get out there and you're too warm. You're walking to the gas station or something at 3. If you're me, you're walking to the gas station. I was in a dorm, so you know what am I gonna do? Cook food? I don't have a kitchen. So I'm walking to the gas station and get some delicious dinner, which is like a bag of Cheetos. Not very nutritious, as you can tell. But you put all this stuff on, and then you're walking. You get weight. You get so sweaty and gross, and you take stuff off, and now you're too cold, and you gotta put it back on, back off. But here's the problem with Anchorage, Alaska. Beautiful city. Beautiful city. My favorite city. I've only been to a few, but Anchorage is my favorite. But they don't give a shit about their sidewalks. They could not care less, especially in winter. They got all these, I mean, the amount of snow that piles up. And this is like Anchorage, so the weather's not even that dramatic for Alaska standards. It's probably worse than like North Dakota. Not that anyone lives there, but like North Dakota's probably worse. And but there's so much snow, they just put it into these big piles. Like I live right next to a hospital. And there's this corner of the parking garage in the hospital where they would push all the snow until it makes this mountain that's like 30 feet tall. So now you're looking around your corners for moose, and you look up and there's this avalanche coming down on you. It's terrible. And some of the sidewalks they clear, some of them they don't. Sometimes they clear the roads, they salt the roads, sometimes they don't. I didn't have a car, so I had to walk everywhere in this place. I had to take the buses too. I'm from Los Angeles. So I never took a bus in my life. Anchorage, Alaska, something I have to learn how the buses. The Route 5 goes this way, downtown, uptown. The bus says a different thing from the app. It's like it's mayhem. And the buses. One time I'm on the bus, and this guy next to me. I'm from Pico Robertson. I lived a sheltered lifestyle. Okay, I'm on the bus in Anchorage, Alaska. This guy pulls out a gun out of his pocket. He just looks at it like, "Yep, there's my gun," and he puts it back in like nothing ever happened. Like there was no issue. I was terrified. I thought I was gonna die. I was gonna hold up the bus. Who pulls out a gun, right? But oh yeah, the sidewalks. You have to walk to these places. I mean, it's miserable. That's where I learned, looking behind me, looking behind the corners and everything. You know what else is funny about Anchorage, Alaska? You hear this is one of the only things people know about Alaska, because I didn't know anything about Alaska. But what you know is that they pay you to live there. Yeah. And it's technically true. Technically, if you live in Alaska, I don't know if it's just Anchorage or the other cities as well, like Fairbanks or whatever, but they pay you like roughly like $1,000 a year, which obviously is not like a ton of money. But what happens because of that is every politician who wants to be elected in Alaska, they're always like, I'm going to raise the PFD. I'm going to make it higher. I'm going to pay you guys more. We're going to go from 1,000 to 1,200. And they're all fighting over who's going to get the bigger PFD. And the other thing they fight over, and then you get the PFD, and it's like you get what does that get you in Anchorage? This company Widener, this huge they're gonna put a hit on me for talking about this. But this company Widener owns every studio apartment in Anchorage, Alaska. And their rent is high. They don't maintain them. They're terrible landlords. They don't give you the deposit back. It's abysmal. They have a huge monopoly. Where was that? The PFD. That $1,000, that doesn't get you shit in Anchorage, Alaska. The rent up there, like that's not even 1 month's rent for a Widener studio apartment. What's that gonna get you? The other thing they argue about, the politicians, this thing because in winter, and from LA we can relate to this. There's a big homeless problem in Anchorage, Alaska. In the winter, if you don't have a home, you're just gone. You're just dead. So every winter, the politicians are all arguing, like, what are we going to do this year? What Band-Aid solution are we going to put on the homeless issue this year? Like they all just want to make everyone who's voting think, like, I really don't want the homeless people to all get frostbite this year. And so they get some, like, stadium, or they get some gym, they put a couple mattresses on the floor, and they let the homeless people come in there. And then some of the homeless people are like, I don't want to go in there. And then there's all this argument of, like, should we take them in? Should we do this? Every street you go down, there's people. It's terrible up there. And it's sad because then you go through the winter, you get back after the winter, and there's a lot less. Ooh. It's grim. It's grim. I told you have to fight with nature. You have to fight with nature. There's a dog park next to the dorm I was living in, and there are these signs posted up. Beware of aggressively advancing otters. That's verbatim. That's verbatim. I never saw the otters, but I was checking my corners. I was thinking behind my back. I wanted to see an otter. Oh, that gets me on the geese. Especially in like the Midwest, everyone hates these Canada geese. They're everywhere. And I've always heard these stories about geese being very aggressive and fighting people, like being really mean. In Anchorage, Alaska, they're docile. They're friendly. Like you walk up to them, they're like, oh, I don't want to. They get away from you. They don't want to bother you. I felt bad. Like they're really cute. They poop everywhere. And it's disgusting. They smell terrible, spread disease, but they're really cute. But I met some geese when I went to Ohio. Very different. They look the same, they sound the same, but they're an extra foot tall, and they look at you with evil in their eyes. There's not a lot of animals I've met that look at you that way. Even those moose, they're so scary. They don't look like they want to hurt you. The geese, they want to hurt you. And that's all I've got. That's all I've got. Thank you so much. I'm Chad Schoenberg. I don't have social media. I'm just here.
Keep it going for Chad, everybody. I feel like everything is different in Ohio. I feel like anything phenomenal can be destroyed by 1 hour in Ohio. Am I wrong? I've never been.
Never been. You're not wrong.
Ask me where my first cousin went to college. I'm kidding. I'm not. Let's clap it up one more time for Chad, everybody. And keep it going for your next comedian. Maybe in this room, might be in this room, yeah, everybody. Where'd my team go?
Good people.
Yeah.
Let's go. I don't know what I want to talk about today. I just pulled up. I'm trying to be here. I'm trying to be active. I'm trying to do my shit. They clap for that. What's going on in life? I don't even know. You guys have a good 4th of July? Was y'all out? Y'all celebrated?
Yeah.
He was performing at this like party, and it was weird because like it was like a college party, and I'm like not a college student at all anymore. It was like I went through a time machine or some shit. It was a ping pong table, like actively, like they weren't playing beer pong, like they were literally playing ping pong. It was lit. I had fun. I don't know. I just want to tell y'all about that. And it was cool though, cause it was yesterday I really had to. I had a few moments where like I would see white people do this weird shit, and I just had to chill out. Cause I'm gonna ask y'all a day for real. Like it's July 4th, like go crazy. You feel me? Like cause on Juneteenth, like nobody was telling me to shut up. So like, what am I? Turn around, it's y'all day, bro. Go crazy. Like white people shit was going on around me. I was like, wow, it's y'all day, bro. You can snort whatever. Do you? Go crazy. I'm not partaking, but go crazy. Shout out to bros. What I even want to talk about I really don't be knowing sometimes. That gym journey, bro. I still be trying to go to the gym, bro. It's hard when you've been skinny your whole life. There's no real motivation. It's like, 'cause I feel like people who like are trying to lose weight, like they be in the gym motivated, like they're like there for a purpose. I feel like me, I'm just like, I just want to work out enough to where when I'm working out in the gym, like people don't ask me how many sets I have left. If y'all don't know, if you've never been a skinny person in the gym, it's very disrespectful. It's a terrible experience. Like nobody respects you. Like nobody feels like you're serious, bro. Like I went for a whole week and people would still treat me. I'm like, bro, I saw you on Wednesday, bro. You knew I was here. I don't know. But I feel like the buff people, they have so much privilege in the gym, bro. Like, it's crazy. Like, the buff people at the gym could do whatever, bro. They don't even be working out all the time. They be having their speaker. They playing 2K on the TV. They be chilling out in the gym. And never take advice from buff people, bro. They're terrible at giving advice. If people are already too far in their buff journey, they cannot help you. Unless they're like actual trainers, they cannot help you, bro. My homie was trying to train me. He's like a buff gentleman. Like we were the same size in high school. Years have passed, you know. And clearly he was in the gym and I wasn't. We can clearly see it. So I'm like, all right, bro, let me start working out with you, bro. Like, I'm gonna pull up when you pull up. Let's go in the mornings. Let's get this shit going in. So we show up at 8 a.m. working out. I'm hitting my set. I start to smell some like alcohol. I look back. This man is taking shots in the gym. So tequila, it's my pre-workout. But people can't, like, nobody is doing that, bro. That's nowhere in the, I literally Googled in front of me, like, bro, it's not good to drink alcohol in the gym. It says it right here on Google.com. Like, it's not. It's not, I'm not finna just let you gaslight me, bro. You're like, yeah, it's good, it's my pre-workout, it does the same thing. No, it doesn't. It's not. This is alcohol. This is not the same. But he's buff, so it's like he can do that shit. Me, my drunk, skinny ass, I might die in this bitch. Like, nigga, my life is different, bro. I'm living a different life from you. Fuck that. Nah, I was the homies was in the video for the Kendrick, like the Not Like Us, like this video dropped. It was a monumental moment for black people. I know y'all might not have cared, but it was big. It was a big deal. Homies was in the video. I really got to thinking. I was like, man, you know, like the crip walking, like it's just a part of like the culture of LA and whatnot. And I never really, like, I picked up enough of it. Like I can like pretend a little bit. I could do a little 2 steps. I kind of got it, but I don't have it like to that level, to, you know, to the official level. Cause I was never really a part of the gang culture. You feel me? That was never something that really like encapsulated me. Like, I never was like a big part of that. I don't think I had the heart for it. You feel me? Like I'm just too nice at the core of it. Like I feel like I couldn't even like. If you like, you know, if you used to make that joke like, oh, this person wouldn't even harm a fly. Like when I was younger, I really had problems with like killing like flies and shit. Like I used to have like an emotional connection to these niggas because my dumb ass, even before weed, I would have such a backstory for these niggas, and when I kill them, I'm like ruining the family line. Like these fly babies is at home waiting for their dad. He never coming back. Like he's gone. Imagine the family trauma I just caused because I was tired of seeing this nigga flying around some food like that. I wasn't even eating the food no more. Like, I'm really selfish. It would be a lot for me. It would be a lot for me. Now imagine gang, yeah, I couldn't do that. People, they actually have lives. I don't know. It's a real thing to think about. Y'all excited for the election? Y'all. Niggas have never heard those 2 words ever since like, I don't know, since Barack was running. Like nobody gets excited about elections anymore. That shit is like going to work. Niggas like, I guess. Niggas waking up. Nobody's excited to vote. Remember we niggas to wake up early and go vote? Like nobody's excited to vote this year, but everybody's like, y'all gonna do what y'all gotta do? Like it's like, I don't know. Yeah, it's terrible. Somebody said somewhere on Instagram, he's like, oh, like America needs to just take a break from presidents for a little bit. I'm like, low key, like I'm like, I'm like, we wait like 2 more years, like one of these niggas is not gonna be an option no more. So we can just like really, I don't know, bro. He's old. I'm sorry. I'm not like against old people. Like old people are dope. I love old people, but like don't make decisions for me. I don't know. It's crazy. Life changes. Life changes. I don't know. Bro, go to a retirement home right now. Y'all look at me crazy. Like, go into one right now. I promise. Like they're nice people, but like you're not making my decisions for me. Like I wouldn't even let you pick what I'm eating today. Like I don't even give you that much. But I fuck with you though. Like you have dope stories. Like you feel me? Like it's funny. Racism. Wow, they happened. That's not the funny part. The funny part is the story, the friends we made along the way. Thank you for the laugh. I'd say that. I'd be like, oh, he's laughing at racism. No, don't cancel me. I do have my apology video recorded already, though. Ready to drop it. Ready to drop it. Because, like, pretty soon my hair is going to be too long. They'll be like, he recorded this shit a while ago. Like, it's gonna be bad if I do anything later. Because it's going to be the same video. I'm not going to re-record it. It's so good. I, like, cried. It was beautiful. Give you the immigrant story, bro. I can give it away now. I mean, nobody's going to snitch on me, I hope. But if I ever get canceled, like we're going straight to like the American dream. Like I'm going full lean into the immigrant thing. Like I'm gonna use my accent a lot more. You guys, like this voice is gonna be gone like for a while, but it'll come back like after a year when everyone kind of forgives me. Singing "We Are the World," me singing and swaying in the back of the video. Fuck. We gotta figure it out though. We're not worried about it. It's 8:12. Okay. Why am I checking the time? That's not even the time I need to care about. I'm just curious. Do I want to talk about the big three? No, I think I tried to figure this out with you guys last time. Not the big three basketball league, but like the big three of life. It's like time, energy, and money. You guys ever heard about that? It's like, it's very rare that people have like all three at the same time, you know, because like when you're a baby, you got hella energy, you got hella time, but you broke as fuck. You know, you ain't really got no money for it. You ain't got no motion if you, unless you like a superstar baby, like Gerber babies and shit, they be getting to the chicken for real. I can't hate. But that's like when you're like a middle, like you growing up, then you get more, you know, energy. You still have that energy, and then you got kind of some of the time, not really because you're in school now, but you have like, you know, you kind of got a little money, but it's like not enough to really, you feel me, like. But there's a way to supersede all that, and I'm not trying to get too much competition out there. So really, just like if you're gonna get into it, ask me first, and we can discuss like the rate that you're gonna do this. But California Lotto Scratchers, let's tap in. I feel like there's an opportunity here. Like, people are winning. That's why I'm like, y'all don't be seeing this in real life, but like, I know because I have the app. People are winning. If I can do that, then I'm like done with working. Like, my dream is not working anymore. I just want to win the lottery. That's my goal. And then I'll just work a basic job. But let me win the lottery and get that head start to live my basic life comfortably. LA is expensive, guys. It's humblingly expensive. And even when I traveled, I went to Dubai. I was like, oh, it's gonna be lit. Like, you know, it's like a new place. You know, the money is supposed to translate, and you know, the currency is like stronger than their dollars. I'm like, okay, it's gonna be like, I have more money. But it was so humbling when I went to Dubai, and I found myself still eating at KFC. I'm like, damn, this is really my struggle. This is where I can afford. Like, this is my tax bracket. Like, no matter where I am, it's just hotter. Like, there's no real difference. I think that's cool. I don't think I have anything else to really work on. I think my time is probably like, I have like 30 seconds maybe or less.
A minute.
A minute? Yeah, same diff.
Your crib walk.
What?
Your crib walk.
Do a crib walk?
Yeah.
That feels racist. I'm not offended. I'm just like, it just feels it. Like, it's like, I'm too chill to really be the one to like really be like offended by the shit. But I'm like, guys, don't. Like, racist makes me feel uncomfortable when I'm out in public and people are being racist. Like, no, you could just not. I'm not gonna film it or nothing. I'm like, stop, bro. It's 2024, bro. But I'm Anya West. It's ONYEWST. Clap for Sam. She's come back to the stage.
Google hillbilly crip walking.
Totally.
They got a crazy hillbilly that does crip walking. Have you seen
The
it?
check, keep the talk to the end, okay? You think you guys can keep your little yappers shut till it's your turn?
Yeah.
Keep it going for Anya, everybody! Nobody wants to see me do a fucking, what is that, Russian dance where you go around and go.
The chopstick.
Yeah, I'm not Russian, but I will think. I was just thought we were playing. I don't know. I'm just saying shit. Please, please, please put your hands together. The show is not over yet. Thank you for staying. Thank you for coming. Colin Asley, would you come up here, please?
All right. So I'm not like particularly superstitious about stuff. You know, like some people find meaning in different things. You know, like I know people who like a family member passes away and then they start seeing butterflies and that's them. You guys ever? I am. That's I see that, and so my uncle was talking about how he noticed the number 4 everywhere. You know, he's like, I just started this new job on the 4th floor, and I met my wife on the 4th, and you know, my son was born. He was 4 pounds. And I'm like, oh, okay. And he's like, I think there's a meaning behind it. He's like, I looked up 3 4s in a row as like angels or something. It's supposed to mean angels. And I was like, okay. And I couldn't help but fuck with him. And I was like, that's crazy, because like the last 3 women I dated were all 6s. No. I'm gaining weight. I've gained weight, and this is the most I've ever weighed, which is a weird, not that I'm like, it's a big deal, but it's just weird to like see the scale and see it go to a number you haven't seen before, you know, and I'm having that experience of like having to. You ever finish dinner and you're driving? You have people in the car and you're desperately trying to unbutton while you're driving, you know. And there's this. That's, I mean, right up there with, you know, unclenching a bra, like right the same level of difficulty in that moment. So I went on a date recently, and it was with I met this woman on a hookup app, and that was, you know, we knew why we were meeting. Like we were trying to see if we vibed, and there was a moment during the date where we kind of knew we were both just gonna go back to my place, and I remember just time slowed down. Do you guys ever have this when you know you're gonna get laid? Or you're pretty sure? You're hopeful. There's a chance now, you know. And so time slowed down. I could hear a fly flapping its wings from about 30 feet away. I was driving and I saw like a truck and it stopped suddenly like 400 meters away. I don't even know meters. That's how powerful that is, knowing you're about to get laid. I do units of measurement I've never studied. I had other stuff. I went to an aquarium recently, and clap if you've ever been in an aquarium. Yeah. I was at an aquarium, and they always do this when you're at the petting tank. It's always like 2 fingers, right? Have you seen this? Like, you pet a shark, it's 2 fingers. 2 fingers. I don't know why I thought it'd be funny to say it. I think it's the dumbest. You already know how dumb my thought. I'm afraid to tell you, feeling you all know that I think it's funny if I would do 3 fingers, and that's not funny at all. It's so not funny that I actually wrote that. I always see this though. Nope, I don't want to talk about that. Okay, I feel, clap if you have ever worked for your parents in any capacity, maybe when you're younger or older. Yeah. Okay, cool. So I do a bit of work for my dad. That's not like my main income, but like I do a little bit of work for him. I do some video editing, stuff like that. And I had a friend who was like annoyed. He's like, you've heard the term Nepo baby. We heard this term, right? Somebody who gets access or privilege to some type of work because of their parents. And I'm like, I'd rather make money for my dad than somebody else's dad. Because that's what you do when you go to a job. You're just making money for somebody else's dad. That's all you're doing. Like, if you really cut out all the middleman, that's what you're doing for this guy. So, yeah, I'm on dating apps. Anybody else on dating apps? That was the funniest thing I've ever. You went. That was the best half clap I've ever seen. So yeah, I'm on dating apps. I don't know. I see this a lot on dating apps where I'll match with somebody on one dating app and then I'll see them on another app and they're a totally different person. Which I'm like, you know, Sandra, I thought you were, you know, into reading books and, you know, watching the sunset. Now you go to Dubai and skydive. Like, I thought I knew you. I do this sometimes. I'll go on a dating app, and sometimes I'll be bored, and it'll be like a Friday, Saturday night, and I'll just like scroll through, and I'll look at old matches, people I don't talk to anymore. I've never talked to them in like months, and I'll like think maybe I can start a conversation and like get the momentum back. And it's kind of like when you're hungry and you keep going back to the fridge for food, but there's no food, and you keep coming back. You know, you like go in like, that's too old now. And you go back and you're like, I'm not in the mood for Italian. Never mind. Okay, great. This is great. This is great energy. I'm gonna hide behind this for a little bit. I like where I'm right behind. After this weight I gained, I can't quite hide behind. No, I found this on Bumble. You know, a lot of dating apps you have to pay per month, you know, to have like all these perks and extra access. I saw on Bumble you can pay $200 and have a lifetime access to the entire app forever. Unlimited likes, unlimited everything forever. You really have to not believe in yourself to pay $200 to assume you'll need a lifetime to fall in love. I bought it twice. On Tinder, you have to pay for read receipt. You can pay for read receipts. If you don't know what read receipts are, right at the bottom of your text, it'll tell you if somebody read the message. And you can now pay for that on Tinder. There are men out there paying to find out they got rejected. I'll pay $2.99 to know she read that 4 months ago. I would like to know when did yeah, I had a group of friends find out. You know when you tell one friend something and you hope that they'll just keep it between you two, but somehow everybody knows later on. And all my friends found out I'm like on this hookup app, and now they're all like trying it out. And I'm like, this was on 4th of July. Everyone was just downloading this app, and it's one of those apps where it like asks you about all your kinks. So it's got like a list, and then so my friends are just all trying to guess which one's mine. That's fun. That's a lot of fun. But what I'm trying to say is I had a fun 4th of July. Hope you guys all had a fun 4th of July. I was late for the fireworks. I was so mad. Do you ever get? Oh my God, I was so mad because I had a show I was doing, and it was supposed to end early and it didn't. And I was on the road, and my road to my house, my complex, it kept getting blocked off by cops. Every road was blocked for some reason because I live close to the beach, and it's just blocked up, blocked up, and I'm screaming, like I'm yelling to just the fireworks in the sky. I can hear them. I'm so mad. What I'm trying to say is I live a privileged life. I live a very privileged life. That was the thing that upset me the most in years, really years. No. I have a dumb joke. I'm gonna end this. It's such a dumb joke, but this is my impression of a food scientist who is a food scientist who loves football, and he's trying to find the right color dye for a new food he's making. Right here. Hey, could you pass me the blue 42? Very dumb. Let's bring up Sam, our wonderful host.
Keep it going for Chloe Osley, everybody. Only I understood football. But I was like, it's silly. I love you guys. Okay, I am so excited for our final performer tonight. She works here. She's a dear friend of mine. She's a true talent. We're all lucky to see her. It's a Friday. Who's coming to the stage? Please put your hands together for Jackie!
Hi everyone, I'm Jackie. I'm from Beijing, China, and I went to college in Midwest in a Catholic school, and I couldn't bear there, so I went here a few months ago. And could you guess what I hate most in the Midwest?
Cold.
Not cold. But it's even worse. It's taking the Uber. Like, I'm Sam today, but I'm Asian Sam. Like, I'm talking about like Uber driver. Because in Midwest, I think there's only white guys in their eyes. We only see white guys. Other people, they're very curious of them. They're just very curious. Like, whenever I got in a Uber, their first question is, they didn't even know me, anything of me. They thought, where are you from? And if I said, I'm an American-born Chinese, so they will say, oh, where are you originally from? And I was like, and I said China, so and it's just the end of the world. They will say, what do you think of Taiwan? Like, you know, frozen, you know, like it's a kind of political issue, and like, do you think it's part of China? And I was like, okay. And I just imagine, I just like, maybe I say, oh, it's a good, it's a good place, you know, it's like, really admire that they have a democracy, and that's a perfect answer for them. And like, and also like, I'm a very introvert person, so I just speak to people in my mind. Like I just didn't want to like. I'd like to talk to him, so I just make lots of assumptions, like in my mind. What if I said, if I'm a Taiwanese, they will probably ask, what do you think of China? And I think the perfect answer for this, it sucks. And if I'm Japanese, and their question will be, what do you think of China? And because there's like, we fight together, like in hundreds of years, it's like history in World War II. And yeah, the good answer is also, it sucks. And if my answer is South Korean, then they must ask like, what do you think of North Korean? and probably the answer is also, it sucks. And I really want the two Koreans to reunite together as soon as possible. And if my answer is North Korea, but there's very little possibility of my answer is North Korea, they will just forget they are even an Uber driver. They will think they are like a reporter. They will start to interview this person. Hey, so how do you make it? How do you escape from your country and come to here? Come to a like very small place in the Midwest? What are you doing here? Like And I think my best answer might be Vietnam. Because I think he's probably, he hate China, love Trump, and he be very patriotic. So he might saw the fireworks yesterday, really happy that the Independence Day, and he probably like won't like. And my shallow understanding of the patriotism is like, because I'm Chinese, I think it's, you can't see anything bad about the government, you can criticize it. And he will probably not say, like, what do you think of the US? Yes. Another thing I want to share to you guys is like, I don't have lots of friends. Not because, I'm introverted, it's because I'm really bad friend. So, for example, like, there's time in college that my friend like told me that she wants, her professor told her that if she jumped her grade, like, if she revised her paper a bit, her grade will jump from A- to A. And she's also a Chinese, but she doesn't care about grades. So I was obsessed with grades at that time, and I said, oh, you must get this A, and like, and I was also her roommate, so I repeat this like 3 times per day to her. Like, even there's time that like she saw me, she said like, getting this A is written on my face, and she just ran away, you know, and she refused to do it even more. And there's also a time that she said, should I dump my boyfriend? Like, I was saying, oh, you should do it. Like, she was like, oh, she's so bad. She was like a pickup artist. She always like to complain stuff and complain you shouldn't like broke up with me, then you are very irresponsible. I said, you probably should. And but she still like after a week, she like broke up with him. She got together with him again. The reason is she's he sucks, but he's still like better than 99% of men in this world. and then I started to reflect on myself. I felt, oh, I'm such a bad friend. How can I like just to improve myself? And that's one day, I did my Russian like exam reviews, and the news popped up in my phone, like Putin invaded Ukraine, and then I knew the answer. Like I guess Putin must have lots of good friends. This is a very big decision, so he must ask many friends, like around him, like. Should I really invade Ukraine? Well, those nations just hate me and don't play with me. And his friend is very great. I said, oh, probably should. Like Russia is a very great country. That Ukraine should belong to Russia. Yeah, do that. And he did it. So there's an old saying in China, and I just said I need to be a roundworms in a person's belly. It's kind of gross but the roundworms, it means like you can guess what they think and you say it. Like if they ask you for a question, for the suggestion, they're really not really asking for it. They want to listen to the answer, like they want to. And I think like there must be many roundworms in Putin's belly, and I need to be roundworms in others' belly, and round up this. Okay, so and I just very dedicated to be the roundworms. And there's time as there's my friend who is a lawyer. He was very upset. Like he told me he was the only guy in this legal office, and he felt really bad about it. And I study philosophy, so I really like to use code to persuade people. So here's my code. It's like, so I explained to him like when an industry going downhill, like men usually have more incentives and like opportunity to run and take change the job industry that have more opportunities. And he was more upset because like I implied that law is like going downhill, and it was like I just explained to him, oh no, I don't mean to that. I'm so like yeah, it's a very great industry to have people as smart as you. And he said, oh, don't apologize if like most of my friends they just don't. I don't want them to tell me the tell me the hard truth. Then no friend will tell me the truth anymore. And I just said, oh, over time you will become Putin. Thank you.
Friday, it's now the weekends, go home, do things, and what's it called? We have a show on July 20th. You'll hear more about that soon. Thank you guys for coming. There's a thumbs up banner. Who wants to make $10 right now through PayPal or Venmo? Who doesn't? I mean, wow. $10. Download the app. Am I an actress? Wait, am I an actress? Download the app, please, and post, please. And then you get, and I don't get any of your dollars. Like, it's not like you get $10, I get $1. It's like, I'm just saying it. So you guys get $10. Please clap it up for our team one last time. Jason, Jackie, Sunda, and Mark. I love you. Good night.